Hey everyone, this is Steve Aramini. I am the designer of two of the little pocket games that Frosted Games is coming out with. One is Sprawlopolis, and the other is Circle the Wagons. I co-designed these with Danny Devine and Paul Kluka, who are two buddies of mine, and so I'm here to talk a little bit about those. Just really quickly about me, I'm probably most well known for Sprawlopolis. That's the biggest game that we've made in terms of popularity. A couple other games I've worked on are Yardmaster, Groves, Tricky Tides, Animal Kingdoms. I currently have a game on Kickstarter right now called Eternal Palace, and I've got a few other games that I've done as well. But Sprawlopolis and Circle the Wagons are definitely the two most popular games so far. Sorry, I got a couple questions I'm looking at to stay on task. As far as my inspiration to design the game, we designed Circle the Wagons first before Sprawlopolis, and that was really inspired by games like Tides of Time and Between Two Cities. We wanted to make a sort of a puzzly game that had to do with a sort of adjacency scoring, and you'll kind of see some inspiration from games like Patchwork and Takedo, with player in the last position gets to take the next turn, so yeah, those were a couple of games that inspired it. But we originally entered Circle the Wagons in a game contest with Button Shy Games, who was the original publisher of those games, and they have a strict restriction of 18 cards. So we wanted to make a game that used card layering to sort of create a map, and yeah, that's kind of how it came together. Sprawlopolis came about after Circle of Wagons was published, and that publisher had basically requested for us to create a solo and cooperative version of the game with a modern city building theme. So we kind of took that challenge on, and that's how we created Sprawlopolis. As far as what I think makes the design unique, I would say that most people are mostly gravitate toward the replayability of it, and the fact that there are so many different combinations of how you can have those three scoring goals that come out, and that's true of both games. They both kind of have the same basic mechanic structuring, but with each of those, we created really vastly different scoring conditions, so that whenever any three come out, it's going to be a very different game experience from one game to the next. And so I think that's what people tend to look at as the most unique aspect of those games. How long have I been working on it? So Circle of Wagons came together really quickly. We put that one together in, I'd say, like 2 months, because it was under a deadline of a contest. So from concept to completion, it was about a 2-month process, and it had really hardly any changes, just some little tweaks to scoring balances. Sprawlopolis, we spent more time working on that one. That one actually was an Egyptian-themed game where you were layering up a pyramid, which is very similar to Skulls of Sedlec, which, if you're familiar with that was kind of the original design of Sprawlopolis. It was very similar in that regard. But at the time, another game had come out that had a similar look with an Egyptian theme, and so we were talking to Jason, the publisher at Button Shy, and that's when he sort of threw out the modern city builder, and then that kind of opened the door, because with the pyramid, it was very kind of limited with the structure of it, and then with the city building, it just became freeform. So so it actually was a real blessing in disguise. challenge in designing such. So challenge of designing the game. That's only 18 cards. It's kind of a good challenge in some ways because it sort of forced us to be really streamlined with our thinking, and you know, ultimately that's what made us create the grids of four different quadrants on each card. It just kind of made every card have just a lot of unique aspects plus the roads. So we really just tried to maximize the space and have each card, and then obviously the backside has the scoring conditions. So it just made us, I think in terms of, you know, efficiency and streamlined, and how can you actually create a compelling game with just 18 cards. But yeah, it was definitely a unique challenge, but we're glad that it seems to have worked out. If I was going to describe the game to a new player in 3 words, I would say those 3 words would be puzzly, challenging, and fun. Hopefully fun. The game, I would say we're pretty punny with our titles. I think that's probably the funniest part of the game is we have a lot of fun with some of the titles. You know, with like Circle of Wagons. This one's One Too Many, which is whoever has the most beer in their city loses points. You know, target practice is when you're trying to line up guns and bottles. Happy cows don't want to be next to snow. Small town charm, you want actually the smallest city. So we just had fun with a lot of the names. Boom or bust, this one's kind of fun because you will score points if you have very few mines or if you have a lot of mines. But if you get somewhere in the middle, you get no points. So it's boom or bust. So we tried to be thematic with the names. It's very similar with Sprawlopolis too. So that whatever scoring conditions you're going for, you kind of feel that they are fitting with the theme. Sorry about that. Low battery warning. What does the game have in common with other games of mine? I don't know. I feel like all my games kind of have a little bit of a unique feel. So I feel like these two are just kind of they're doing their own thing. I as a designer, I really don't. I try not to repeat myself and just go for the same mechanics and the same idea. I really try to explore new ideas. So I'd say these two are really unique to each other. And then as far as like other games that I'm working on of this size, well, we just had Agropolis kickstart, so that's going to be delivering here in the next couple weeks to backers, and that is basically Sprawlopolis with a farming theme. But you can actually combine the city and the farming and create Combopolis, which is just a really unique way to play, and we're really excited for people to be able to smash those 2 decks together and create a whole new game. And then we also have a sort of sequel coming out called Circle the Dragons. Sort of a sequel. I say sort of a sequel to Circle of Wagons. It's a medieval theme with dragons, of course, but it has pretty different mechanics. You still have the card layering, although you are not creating a separate town. You are creating a common village in the center, and in that game, you are actually playing the dragons, and you are wreaking havoc over the village as you explore it and expand it. So we're really excited about that one, and that one should be coming sometime in 2021, and yeah, that's kind of a little bit of an overview, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.